Okay. Hey, Kristi.
Hi, Brenda. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, y'all. My normal biasers, as I call you now.
I know Brenda has a word for it.
All
So
two of you.
we had a false start, so I have to edit that out. And if I don't edit it out, y'all will know for sure. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so let's just jump right in because
Let's just jump right in.
last week
Let's
when we
just
were,
jump on the bed.
I did think about that, but our ceilings are too short to jump on our bed. But so last week we were talking about PJs, no PJs, and you
Right.
accidentally brought up the whole making the bed, not making the bed.
I
So
did.
we posted a poll on our social media, and once again, like you guys weighed in heavy. Now, I don't
Yeah.
know, Brenda, did you actually did you count who was it? I didn't
You
do a
know,
number poll this time. I really wanted their reasoning.
right. And that's what it became for me too. Last week I, wrote wrote your names down and counted
Yeah.
uh right. And this time it just really became there were so many reasons. And I think that I think the other thing was too, like why I didn't concentrate on the numbers was, again, with quarantine, I think maybe some of the way you're doing things has changed a little bit. I so I was really fascinated by the answers we got. So yeah, it was more about the answers and the stories of the reasons.
I
Yeah.
learned I learned something.
What did you learn?
Well, the same thing you learned. I learned something that made me
Oh,
throw up in my mouth a little bit.
that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really like we see the world through our lenses, and I'm a little bit of a neat freak. I like things. My house is not clean. It's not dust free. Don't get me. I'm not saying I'm a clean freak, but I like things put away. Everything has a place. Everything in its place. And for me, part of that, I am a bed maker. I am a
Hmm.
bed maker, and I don't know. I think my college roommates would probably say that I haven't always been because I have pictures of my first dorm room. Poor Beth. I mean, she was a saint. I was a pig. I had too much stuff and too little space. And anyway, um, but I make my bed every day. And so I really thought I thought the answer was simple. You either did it because you like your room to look neat or
Hmm.
you don't do it because you don't care if your room looks neat.
Right.
But don't you think it's so much bigger than that now?
It really is so much bigger. And again, like reading the responses that you guys so generously just gave us was
Yeah.
really interesting. And and it's just funny because I always like to try and pick in my head, oh, she's a bed maker, she's not, like I think I know, but I have no idea. And that was really fun. But I am like you. I am more of a neat freak, not a clean freak. Um, I like everything put away, and I have always been a bed maker. Like
When you were little?
even when I was little, there's pictures of me from. I think there's one of me sitting on my bed when I was like 10. There's one of me sitting on my bed when I was like 7 or 8. I've always made my bed, and I'm just gonna bring up one of these responses that I I printed them out so I wouldn't forget and I'd say it right, because I do this and I didn't realize I do this, but my a friend Drew from she's an awesome PTO mom at our school. She said, um, make make it every single day, even on vacation. And I do that, and I didn't even think about that, and I totally do. And I don't know. That's funny. I just when she said that, she said she makes it on vacation. I was like, oh, I do that too, and I didn't even think about that even being a thing.
You know what's funny? I hadn't thought about it yet, but we vacation every summer with there's 5 families
Hmm.
total, and it's this house at the Frio, and so there's a common area with kitchen and gathering and the pool and all that
Hmm.
stuff, and then like there's just like a long sidewalk, and there's 5, the equivalent of an old motel room. So each room has 3 beds and a bathroom,
Hmm.
and that's one of the things I've never thought about it, but I was like, this year I'm so going to pay attention because that's our thing. Every morning when we get out of bed, I make the kids at least straighten their beds
Hmm.
um, when we're on vacation, but I always make ours. And that's part of it is because we come in wet or whatever. If you're sitting on it, I don't want you to sit on my sheets wet. But
Right.
it is too because I feel like it just the room feels so cluttered when the bed is not straight.
Right.
So I'm gonna take an informal poll. This
Okay.
see how
So
many families make their beds every day.
yeah. And in our house, like Matt is not a bed maker, and I've let that go.
Huh?
Alex is a bed maker. I always tell a story about when he was, I think 2 or 3. There was several weeks where he had this series of bad dreams, and so he'd wake up and he'd stand at the stairs and be like, "Mom." I'd go up and get him tucked back in. Well, this one time it was really bad. He asked if he could come and lay with us, and I was like, "Yes." I said, "I'm gonna turn the light on. Be really careful. Tell me when you're ready to walk down, because it was night and it's dark and he's groggy." So I'm standing at the bottom of the stairs, which seemed like 30 minutes. I'm like, "I'm not gonna be able to go back to sleep. What are you doing? Hurry!" And he's like, "I had to make my bed."
He's so your child.
He's so my child, and he legitimately made his bed at 2:30, whatever time it was at night, before he came to lay in my bed. And
Yep.
that's just totally him. That I didn't train him. That's just something he does. Same with me. I've always made my bed. My mom made her bed um all the time, but I don't know that to me it's the feeling. I feel like that. I When I get home and I get back into my pajamas and I'm ready to get in my bed, it's ready. I don't have to mess with the sheets or get the comforter, shake it out, because it's ready.
Yeah.
Which other people said otherwise. Why they don't make it is that reason. Like they can just get back in it. You can do
Well,
that if you
I
make
have
it.
to say, my friend Caitlin, I was actually, I don't want to say shocked. Shock feels like a big word, but I was very surprised. Do you remember her response? Her response was that she feels like a made bed is cold and uninviting.
Yes. Oh,
I was like, what? Like that one was like a mind blown because I was
that
like,
I think that was it. Did
she
I?
put a lot of thought into that.
She did. I think I
She did.
screenshotted and sent that to you
Mhm.
because that really was
Why she'd be on here because I was like, someone with a feeling that big needs to talk about it.
right. I think I did. Yes, that it feels cold and uninviting.
I
A
was like,
made bed. I never like again, all of these things that I read were I've never thought of it that way. Like to me, a
and
made bed
it's
is comfy, cozy, warm, big hug.
well,
I
and so
love my bed,
I don't know if
my
it's
made bed.
or what, but I think it was this house when we moved here that I switched to all white bedding. Um, I think in our old house, like I think I cheated. I think I had a quilt that had a white backing that I just turned over on the white side to test it out.
Hmm.
Um, but anyway, so we have all white bedding here, just plain white cotton.
I
Um,
love it.
and I really love at the end of the day when it's time, like when I'm in my PJs, I love climbing in my bed. Like I love opening it up and getting in the crisp sheets. And in the summer when they're cool, I love that.
Yeah.
That
Isn't
is
it?
fun. Like going to a good hotel and good sheets. Like I
Yes.
love the hotels that have the great buvets and the crispy sheets. Like we stayed at the
The
Prairie. We
fluffy
stayed there a
pillows.
couple times, and they had the best duvets. Like they're heavy, but they also smelled a little bit Cloroxy, which made me feel really good. But yeah, so
It,
I love a good white bedding.
yeah, I do too. Here, ooh, I don't know if I'm ready to reveal that. You're gonna judge me.
I'm not.
I don't always wash my makeup off
Oh,
at
I don't.
night.
That's our
So,
we replace our
so
sheets.
I worry about the white, my makeup getting all over. So at least with a patterned sheet, it kind of blends in till it's washing sheet day. So
No,
that worries me. Plus, teenage boys that like to come watch TV in my room,
well, we
I
have
worry about. So, well, if you can do it,
I was like, if I can do it,
can
and we
too.
have, I mean, like this, our bed is the gathering place, so that there.
Hmm.
So one of the things about the uninviting comment is, I was like, dang, I kind of wish that worked because there are so many times like I'll make my bed and then I'll come back through, and someone's clearly been on the bed because it's all like rumpled and the pillows are messed up. But
Yeah.
everybody climbs on our bed. It's okay, and that's one of the things I will say about house stuff. Like to have we have cheap white IKEA couches and we have cheap. I do not spend a lot of money on bedding because I replace it twice a year.
Mhm.
But that part of that is you have to be able to hold it like this. Like yesterday, I spilled a half a cup of coffee. If you,
On your white bed.
I did. I was like, and it was, it was, to be fair, it was the day that we were supposed to wash the bed anyway. But
Okay,
I
good.
washed in a
Love when
hurry.
that happens.
Yeah, because I was like, dang it. It was one of those things. I sat back down and my quiet time tray tipped and I saw it in slow motion. I saw the tray tipping. I saw the coffee cup tipping and I was like, this is not going to end well. It was it was like an alien movie where the thing comes down from the spaceship and it's just so concentrated. It was like all the coffee just went in this one like spot and it went all the way through the mattress pad.
Of course it did. Don't you just love when something like that's happening and it's slow motion and you think you can stop it, but really you're just watching it and just
Like,
until it just yeah. And then it falls and it splashes and you're like, okay, now I got to clean it up. That's the other thing about white is that when we've talked about this, I'm neat freak. I have a little, OCD, but I'm lazy. And if I spilled coffee and it's not washing sheets day, I'm like, dang, now I gotta get up. I'm watching this movie. I'm all comfy. Now I gotta wash this. Like I just don't want to have to get up and do that.
some
So
days,
yeah.
but
And then,
just
yeah.
over. It'll be fine. Okay, I got us off track. But so Brenda, I think that you are showing your boat in the background. But do you make your bed or you don't make your bed?
I am a bed maker. But this is the fancy, like, I also like to leave my doors open. So my room, if guests come, if people are over, you can see into my room.
Mhm.
And also the like half bath is right outside the door. So this is if you come over, I make my bed pretty. But otherwise, I just straighten it and kind of fold it over with the pillows ready to lay on them. Yes.
Do you always
Mhm.
have the throw at the bottom and the pretty pillows on, or do those live someplace else?
No, there's not even a throw on here, just the comforter.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
really
it's
cool.
it's just the comforter. Yeah. Mhm.
That's really cool. So it's like different textures.
It is. But inside, like it's cotton. It's really comfy.
That's
Mhm.
very cool. I like that.
Yeah. So I have a blanket. There's a couch in my room right over here. Oh, I won't show you because
Does that matte laundry on it?
yes, it's like Mount Rushmore. I've started folding some, and then there's like actual clothes, but then there's like that's the towels, the pool towels. I think we've used every single one. I'm at the start making a rule like if you barely used it, we're gonna reuse it because I can't even. Ugh, hate folding. What the heck?
You know how where I stand on that. I'm
I
lazy.
know, I know, I know, I know. And I tried. See, I tried. I started folding. I've just been busy. This week's been busy, but
It has been a weird week. That's what we were talking about that. Like, so I did not get the Zoom link out to the guests, to the couple of friends that we really wanted to have come on and talk about their big feelings. So next week I will be better about getting that out. But yeah, so we just yeah, it's been a weird week. But that so okay. So one of the things, and I post every week on my every weekish on my
well,
Instagram when I'm
oh
reading.
right.
And
hmm
last year when I was it last year when I read this, the
Make your bed.
Admiral McRaven, he was a Navy SEAL, and he published this book. It's a series of essays about life lessons that he learned in the Navy, and it's called Make Your Bed. And people were like, "Oh, I would never make my bed," and like people were like, "Why would you even read a book like that?" And I wish I could remember if the third person watching this is the one that I gave a copy to. I want to know what you thought because I can't remember if the person who won a copy of it from me was a bed maker who wanted like some affirmation or if it's someone who didn't make their bed that wanted to know why. But one of the things that he said, like the very first essay is make your bed. He says if you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. And there's science behind this too. It's not just him, but so he's talking about American military people. It said they all understood that life is hard and that sometimes there's little you can do to affect the outcome of your day. In battle, soldiers die, families grieve. Your days are long and filled with anxious moments. You search for something that can give you solace, that can motivate you to begin your day, that can be a sense of pride in an oftentimes ugly world. But it's not just combat. It's daily life that needs the same sense of structure. Nothing can replace the strength and comfort of one's faith, but sometimes the simple act of making your bed can give you the lift you need to start your day and provide you the satisfaction to end it right. If you want to change your life and maybe the world, start off by making your bed.
I like that part about structure because I definitely think it's routine for me, and I do like routine and structure, and I pretty much as soon as my feet hit the floor, I start making the bed.
But
Which I thought about that too, the last 24 hours is like that's just automatically. I just automatically do that. Hmm.
and I think too, like one of the things that I found about like my routines, so many of my routines, I've been doing them for so long, I automatically do them. But if I don't do them, then it feels like my day gets off. Like if I don't take my shower and get dressed, right, like before
Hmm.
the workday starts, and then I have to fit it in like at lunchtime or after lunch or before lunch, like then that I feel like that part of the day is off. So I
Hmm.
feel like if I don't do like if I didn't make my bed right after quiet time, right when it's time to get dressed to work out, when would I come back and make it?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking that because I know we touched on this with pajamas about, how you said if you don't get dressed, then, your day, because you need to be dressed for work and for all the things. And I'm like, well, I'm fine. I can be productive in my pajamas, but I just lost my train of thought.
Well, but thinking about
But
thinking through your routine, what did that
so,
make you
oh yeah,
your
so
pajamas?
yeah, so the routine, so that, sorry, thanks.
A
I
lot of
do,
this morning. It's okay. She's got other stuff to do too, y'all.
no, I do feel that if I don't make the bed, then something is off or
Mhm.
I feel funny because during Corona or COVID, whatever we call this thing, I'm so mad at her. I just don't like her
Mhm.
anymore. I have done this a few times, which surprises me and it feels icky, but I've like, it's okay, let it go. Where I've gotten up and just started doing stuff and then I'm like, I've got to go. Like I can't keep going. I have to go back and fix it, you know? But but yeah, it definitely throws me off if I don't do it. Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
and one of the comments that came up, I saw it on Instagram, I saw it on Facebook from different people in different stages of life. Um, well, okay, so two comments that struck me about making it. Several people said they've always made their bed. They want their day to start off with a
Mhm.
tidy bed, with a tidy room. One of my friend Amy, she said she went so far as to say, and her sheets must be washed every Thursday so they're clean for the weekend. And I was like, well, that's a good point too. So that whole like they've always done it, they'll always do it. There was that group, but then there was a couple of people in different, which very different people who made the comment, and it was almost word for word that they do it because it starts their day off on a positive. Like they get to check that box
Mhm.
to start their day. And I was like,
Right.
and
My
that,
friend Cassie said that I work with,
yeah,
and
and a
it
couple of
was
us
very
said
just
it on.
positive. It just started her day off. Mhm.
Yeah, and that's so like when in 2015 and the with the stuff that we're about to talk about, the reason not to make your bed, a lot of research came out about why it's good to make your bed, and they're really like the science behind making your bed and starting your day off with that one thing that you can control and the way that you can start your day off in a positive way. So there's a lot of science behind why you should make your bed, which is what I've held up, when people have asked about it. But science. This is the thing that made me like really like I had to really not think about it before I went to bed last night. Do you want to tell them?
I can't because I'm the girl who not too long ago even just found out what dust was. So it
Yes.
makes me sad. So go ahead.
Okay. So I don't even know where to start. So this yesterday, So I think maybe it was on my personal feed.
I think it was on your Instagram or I don't
Someone,
did you
my friend Nicole
somewhere.
commented, and I saw it, and I was like, "What?" She, I'm sorry, what? So she commented, and then Amanda said something, and then other people said stuff. Like a lot of people commented with this whole science argument for not making your bed. And that is, dust is actually made up of, a lot of it is our dead skin, right? And there are mites, little, they're too small to be seen with your naked eye. They're little animals, little bugs that feed on dust. They're dust mites. They thrive in warm, moist environments. And somebody just tuned out because I said moist. Um, so that one of the biggest science argument for not making your bed is to let it air out so that the dust mites don't have you don't create an environment where they thrive. And I was like, yeah, like I mean, like I feel like we just got scienced,
Yeah, we totally did.
but I
She
still
blinded us. She blinded us with science.
she did. So Nicole, like you rocked my world, and then all you people that jumped in that y'all already knew
Aren't
this.
you glad you know that, y'all?
That well, but see, I'm gonna be straight with you because we're honest people. I'm not glad I know that, and I'm
No, I
trying
know. I'm not either. And here's why. Because I'm still gonna keep making my bed. That doesn't make me want to stop.
to, but I'm like, gosh,
I'm not sleeping single in a king size bed. I have all these little dust mites.
so you're not sleeping single. It's you and millions of your friends.
Yes. Thanks a lot, people. I think my friend from school mentioned that too.
I was gonna say, what else did you print out? Because okay, first,
Okay, so here's
but hold up your printouts because Brenda's about to show her age.
no, I don't know why some did and some didn't. See, this font is probably like a 12. Nah, that's probably like 14 or 16. But then there's this one. Speaking of science, look at that font. They can see that from space. Like each letter is an inch.
Hey, Brenda, I'm pretty sure I can read your texts from here.
Oh God. So, okay, here's what surprised me, and this is what I want to know is has it always been this way or is it just recent? But a lot of people said it depended on the day. Um, Amy
Interesting.
Amy Davis here said each day is different. I have to say it's left unmade more than made. Um, what does this other one say? But yeah, it depends on each day is different. I've learned to just roll with it.
See, I want to be
So
like that. I want to be
I
like,
do too.
that's cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not that
Here,
way.
I like this one from Sunny. She wrote, make it. Otherwise, I'm tempted to crawl back in." I was like, yeah, I would be that. And I'm a napper. I like to take naps,
Me too.
and and so I'll just peel it over and lay for a little bit. But then after the nap, I get up and make it.
Okay, so that is one thing too that James and I have been long time nappers. And since Casey, this is probably embarrassing to say this about your teenager, but since Casey comes home for lunch this past year, she's gotten in the habit of laying down with us and we nap for like 17 minutes at the end of lunch. Well, anyway, so we have a nap time protocol for wearing our clothes. So at nighttime we get in between the sheet and the comforter because we're not in our PJs, we're not clean. So yeah, and then after nap we get up. So one of the things that I'm such a creature of habit. I like the curtains open. I like my quiet
hmm
time tray on the bed. I like
That's a
all
good
the things.
question too. The curtains open. I'm a curtains open too.
Yeah, I need
First,
light.
that's probably the next thing after I make the bed. Go open my blinds.
Yeah. So I mean,
Hmm
so yeah, I need the light. But after a nap, I completely restore the bed, make it back, and I put the quiet time tray on, straighten everything, and then open the curtains, and then my room is exactly the way it looked when we started the nap. And
Love
it'll stay
that.
that way till time. Like I like that. To me, this right now, except for like some of the stuff that I have sitting on my dresser, this is the way my room should look and feel during the day.
Yes.
So yeah, so I think probably people are watching or listening thinking you need therapy, and
Yeah.
Brenda and I
Yes,
were just
because
talking about that. Probably I do.
here's one. I really love this one. My sweet friend Catherine. And you will love her. She's a goals girl too, and she's just fun. I really hope she'll come talk to us sometime too. She wrote, "I don't, but I wish I did." And it just made me want to go over to her house and be like, okay, well, how can we make this happen? Like, what do
Let's
you
start
mean you wish?
down.
She is a mom of twin boy 5-year-olds, and both her and her husband are physical therapists. So they've been working throughout all of this. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, you probably don't even have time to even think about that. And then when you're so exhausted, you just want to get in your bed. So why even make it in the first place? Totally get all that. But it's just that I wish I did part where I'm like, oh, I want to help you.
Hmm.
How can we make that happen?
Well, and so too, like I
And that
don't,
was just really honest. I just loved that.
I did too, and I don't. Whenever someone says that, like I'm like there are some things that I'm not that I wish I was. I
Hmm.
just want to say, but why not? Either so my
Hmm.
thing is either do something little to work towards that goal,
Hmm.
or maybe it's pressure that we're putting on ourselves unduly, and we need to stop. Like I'm trying to think something recently that I have let go. I don't. It'll come to me as soon as we stop talking. But there was a goal recently that I kept making it a goal, and then I was like, this is an aspirational thing. Let it go.
Hmm.
And
Right.
so I did, and I feel great because every day I'm not thinking, oh, I need to do what. Gosh, I wish I could remember what it was. So, but
Maybe it'll come back to you. But
it probably will as soon as we get off. But one thing I was thinking about too, Brenda and I were talking before we started recording about my husband and I are very, very different. Um, and so, okay, so I'm going to back up. After we recorded the PJs, no PJs, I talked about it with my family, and I learned something that really shouldn't have shocked me, but it did. Our son said he is team PJs.
he is Noble's on my team.
He is all on your team. And then he was like, but but I can't go for a walk in my PJs. I can't feed the dogs in my PJs. And I was, because of the way that I have our routine set up, like
Hmm.
it's not conducive to PJs, right?
Right.
Because the first thing we do is go outside and go out in public. And
Hmm.
I was like, okay, so I need to find a way to honor that, more than just like once or twice a year. And then the other thing, when we started this, I was like,
Twice a year.
I know we have PJ
Uh,
days every once in a while. We make
I
it.
like Christmas.
And
It's Christmas. Everyone in their Christmas pajamas.
it is actually.
Kristi.
Shut it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're right.
Hmm.
But the other thing in that, so when he told me that, I was like, I had shared a bed with the same man for over 20 years. I should ask him if he would prefer to make the bed or not, because I know he didn't make the bed before we got married and moved in together. And he said, his poor man, his answer was, but we always make the bed. And I was like, well, I know. I mean, we do because I'm a bed maker, but what would you pick if you lived by yourself? And he was like he just didn't know how to answer. He's like, but we make the bed. And I was like, right. But I'm telling
Right.
you,
But
like,
what are you? What if yeah.
and he walked out the port. He just walked out in a daze, and he was like, well, I would make it. And I was
Yeah.
like, I just wanted to tell him there's not a right or wrong answer. But what if you had such strong feelings in your marriage? Like, what if I was like, way make it, and he was way not make it?
Right. Well, this is what I'm gonna say. Does he get up before you? What does he do if you're still in the bed and he gets up for the day? What does he do to his side? Does he just leave it? Does he kind of straighten it?
Noble comes in and has his quiet time in James's spot.
Ah, okay. Okay. I asked that because
That's a good question.
when I was married, Kevin typically would get up and start his day to get ready for work before I got up. And so he would get up, he would straighten in his side and fix it. And then and automatic too. He just did that. I never said, "Hey, don't leave till you fix your side," no. So, huh, interesting.
And I think that's one of the things that's been interesting for me, like as I look at my habits and my like how I'm wired and stuff, is how much of that stuff have I imposed on my family?
Mhm.
And how much of that is their choosing? And so that's kind of what we were talking about
Right.
before we started recording. So it's all like all of this stuff is fascinating to me. I'm
Okay.
fascinated this is the reality TV that I want to watch. I want to watch
Yes.
reality TV that's like, do you do your dishes? Where, like, if I come to your house, do you have like dirty bowls and cups and stuff in your room? Like, I want to know how you live.
That does not bother me.
Dirty dishes?
Mm-mm. You know what I've decided is that the chores that my mother made me do and was like relentless, like if I didn't wash we hand washed. So if the dish still had food on it, she'd be like, nope, do it again. Nope, do it again. And I'm just like, no. So those kinds of things are like, I don't know if it's just like spite now. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm just gonna let them sit in the sink for 2 weeks. Not true. But I could I can go to bed if I'm just wiped out and there's dishes in the sink. I'm sure there's gasps out there, but yes, I can. Obviously, I don't fold laundry
See,
because my mom is meticulous. Like her towels are like the store. I want to be that girl. Here I go, but I'm not her, and I think that's why too, because I had to try to be perfect and fold the towels. Which I love you, mom, because I keep a house nice and thankfully because she taught me. But I think just those things I have decided, you know what? I'm not going to, I don't care.
okay, so
I need therapy.
you should do the Kristi thing. Take your towel down, wash it like every other day.
Right.
Pull the
But
towels off the hooks, we wash them, we hang them back up, and then we use
yeah,
them today, and then like it just, I never have
that,
old towels.
right. Let's see
Except for pool
that
towels.
works. Right. This is pool towels. We've had nice weather, so we've been swimming,
Mhm.
and then here we are with all these towels that I'm just staring at. But okay, whatever.
Okay, so at
But
the end
I
of
just
the
want to say, oh
oh,
yeah,
okay, I know a topic we need to talk about.
what's
Do
that?
you wait until you have a full load of laundry? And I know that all my environmental friends out there right now are like, I'm going to get like death threats. Do you wait until you have a full load of laundry, or do you wash what needs washing when it needs washing?
I'm a waiter. I'm a wait. You know what?
No.
Here's what I wait till it's last pair day,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's time to wash clothes. Because again, y'all are gonna get so tired of me talking about this. Because I know once I put them in the wash, they're gonna go in the dryer, and then what?
Then you got to deal with them.
Freaking fold again.
Freaking fold. That's your hashtag. Fold.
But you know what? I just had this like light bulb. If I do just do it as I need it, like a load a day or a little bit at a time, then there's not that much to fold. Maybe I'm waiting too long. Duh.
Okay. So, like,
Too many things.
this is fascinating to talk about, but I think we
It
have
is.
to table it because I could talk about laundry. I have a lot of feelings about laundry because I feel like it took me a lifetime to figure out what works for me. I don't think what works for me would work for everybody, but I think that
Right.
what works for me is so basic that
Hmm.
people would never think, oh, it could be that easy.
Right. I need to try that. Here's the other thing, you guys. I was telling Chrissy this a while ago. I know that this is all just first world problems, and there's a huge, like, there's just worse things in the world, and there's people out there that are struggling right now and hurting. But it's been so nice to talk about these things and just kind of like escape, but just like have like real life talk. Because
Mhm.
no judge. If you don't make your bed, I still love you. Like it doesn't matter. We're there. This is like you said. We're wired that way, or that's just what you do. It's just to me fascinating, and I love it because I'm getting to know those little quirky things about you. And usually it's those quirky things that we love.
Well,
I
and
just wanted to put that out there.
so one
But
of
it's
the
just
things
fun to
that
talk about.
we have, like you have very smart children too. And one of the things that we tell our kids is if you want to change something, give us a good argument why. So if
Hmm.
you are a bed maker, we have science for you. It's not just what's in this book, we have science. But if you're not a bed maker, we also have the decimite science. There's a bajillion articles written about why you shouldn't make your bed. So if you need help proving to your spouse or to your partner or your parents or your whoever
Hmm.
why you should make or not make, we're your girls because now we're like bed making experts.
Right?
But I'm still
Yes.
gonna make mine. I'm just gonna say that. Like that's the whole thing. Like so that have I told y'all this before? That door goes to the kitchen. We live in a little bitty old house, and so our bedroom actually opens onto the kitchen. So, and then the other door is in the hallway where the bathroom is. So anytime you come to our house, like there's a spot in our house where you literally can stand in the room except for the laundry. That's how small our house is. So I keep our bedroom clean and our bed made because it's just like you always see it. Like every time you go to the kitchen, every time you go outside, every time you come inside, you see it. And I work in here, so.
Yeah, it does. And maybe it's I don't know. Part of why I make it is because I have dishes in the sink and have a mountain of laundry on my couch. It makes me feel good about myself.
You know what? But you know what? I because that instead of like feeling like you didn't do any of the things right, you did that right. You did it right. You did it well. Like you got pillows and whatnot.
Yeah, pillows.
I did think the middle one said Parks, and then I realized when you moved your head a little bit ago, it says Sparkle.
Yes, my assistant principal gave me that pillow. It says she leaves Sparkle wherever she goes. Isn't that so sweet?
Show on your earrings. Speaking of
sparkling. Oh yeah, speaking of sparkling ear, I love how we do not plan. Have you noticed several of our episodes we kind of show up kind of wearing something similar, and these are because they're even cut like yours, kind of feathery.
I love.
We didn't even plan that. Not funny.
I just needed something. I told her I wanted to wear orange, but not too orange today. I just needed something a little. Part of it is because the time of day we're recording, I am. The last couple times I'm coming with wet hair, which kind of drives me nuts about myself. I wish I was the person that got up and like actually did my hair, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm coming with wet hair, so I put and it's kind of wet, like it's super like it's so dark because it's soaking wet.
That still looks cute though.
Oh, thank you.
Your curls.
But anyway, so I needed something today that was like, and also I was putting on makeup when we came on the call.
Yeah, you were. And I was totally going to show up in my pajamas, PJs and beds, but I had to record something for school. So I didn't want that. I wanted them to recognize me as the lady they see every day, not who's that scary lady? I don't know who she is. Like she's still in her pajamas.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so this is totally fun. You guys make me smile.
Was there reading? I was gonna say, was there anyone else you wanted to share?
Oh, I was just reading this one. Alicia said, totally make it, but sometimes it's the first thing in the morning and sometimes later. I give myself grace with that goal. I like that.
I like grace.
And you do. And yes, it is fine if I decided to not make my bed. Life is going to go on. It's going to be fine. The dust mites are going to be mad at me, but
actually the dust mites will be super happy with you because you're feeding them.
Oh, right. Well, wait.
Multiply.
If I make it or I don't make it, now you're confusing me. I thought you said if you make your bed,
you're
when they like.
Yeah, they make it happy. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry, I misunderstood. Yes. You make them happy if you don't make it. No, you make them happy when you make it. You leave them unhappy when you don't make it.
When I don't.
Yes. So my mites today, they are thriving. They're growing. They're colonizing in there. And I need to save money for a new mattress. That's like that. Maybe that's what it is. Like maybe every year we just get James is going to be like, all right, no more podcasts for you. It's costing too much money. I have to get a new mattress.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So
I am glad we talked about this. It's fun. I don't know what we're going to talk about next.
I kind of feel like I think we need to talk about laundry. I think that
laundry.
I think people need to talk about their laundry.
I think laundry, yes. And also a while ago when you said that word, the M word, when you said, you know what word you said.
Oh, actually, I can't remember. What was it?
You said moist. Like, that's something that people get all up in the fields about are certain words. So that would be fun too. I know that's a big one. That's not one of mine. But
now I want to know what your trigger word is so I can use it.
I'm not saying it. Well, that's for another Wednesday. But yeah, so laundry, we can talk about laundry. You know what? I'm gonna expose myself. I'm gonna show it everyone, which I think I've posted it before. But here, so this is what I want y'all to think I am. This this
Oh,
is
this is social media at its best right here.
yes. You think I'm this,
Okay,
okay? And I talk about this. But let me show you.
wait, hold on. Smile,
Okay,
please. Okay,
this is the what do they call that? The
your
what's
facade.
behind the scenes and the highlight reel. This is my highlight reel. Let me show you behind the scenes what really is happening up in here. Oh,
Oh, Brenda, I thought it was going to be horrible.
it's well. See, I've started over here. Started. These are like the underwear I need to. And then look at all those towels. Look at it. But look, no one can come in here and sit.
I just want to come over and roll up all your towels.
Just you know what? That's maybe what I should do. Roll them up, and I don't know if they'd fit in the box where they go. But see, y'all, no one's perfect.
Oh gosh, none of our lives are perfect. But
No, we
we
all have that thing.
well,
Laundry is mine.
and we pick and choose where we want to put our time and talents and effort. And you know what?
That's
Some
true.
people they put their time towards Netflix or watching movies or
Mhm.
reading, whatever it is. Like they're like it's okay. There's room for all of it. That's the whole point. There's room for all of us here.
Right. Yes. And I always bring it in here because I'm like, oh, I have all those blue bloods. I'll watch blue bloods while I'm folding towels. Well, no, I get in the bed and I watch blue bloods and I don't fold.
I'm gonna text the boys and be like, psst, go put the towels in your mom's bed.
Right. Oh no, I seriously, I have tried that. I'll stand here because I can see the TV from here, and all of the stuff is here. And then I'm like, oh, this is good. I'm just gonna lay down for a minute on this side, and then I fall asleep and I've slept with the laundry. I've done that. I'm telling you, it's a thing. Help me, people. Come on.
Now I want to know. I want to know. Okay.
I want to know what you do. How am I gonna get out of this rut?
Okay. So,
Okay.
what is your orange you glad today?
I am glad that today is Friday and it's Alex's last AP test and that he can relax a little. And it's almost the last week of school. So I'm just glad that I can see the light.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling a little more relaxed today.
Yay.
Yeah. Yay.
So
How about you?
mine is similar. So it is last. We're recording Friday morning. Wednesday was Casey's last AP test, and so that we started our summer Wednesday evening, Wednesday afternoon, and then yesterday we had our goodbye parade at Noble's school, the middle school, and that was my last PTO thing where we took the gifts and the kids handed them out. And it was really fun. It was really sweet, but it was bittersweet. But today is like legit straight. Like today is summer.
Awesome.
Yes,
What
I
a
mean
great feeling.
it kind of it is. It's a little bit different because normally
Right.
there's a big break between school time and summertime, and and I have time to kind of figure out how to balance my work and stuff. And so I haven't really figured that out, even though the kids have been home for all this time. And so it's not a struggle. I'm not trying to make it sound like me working a couple hours a day is a hard thing. But it's trying to figure out how to make it feel like summer when it's so much like all the other days, right?
Right.
So I think today we're gonna go track down a snow cone, and that will be our summer thing today.
That's good. I love that.
So, and then you
Way to
guys
make it
have
special.
a couple days. That's exciting.
Oh, that's exciting. Yes.
My kids are excited. Casey's excited.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So yeah, so I'm glad about that. And it's you know, I love this Orange You Glad because despite my issue with the laundry, you guys, there's always the pandemic, like whatever is happening in your life that there's always something to be thankful for. Like there just is. And I always say sometimes if you have to squint, it's there. You just have to look a little harder. But
That.
oh yeah. Focus on the good.
Well, and so and two, you see what you're looking for.
Yes.
It's the whole thing. Like when, like if you get a new, like let's say you get a new car, let's say I get a Honda Accord, and suddenly everywhere I go, there's a Honda Accord, right?
Mhm.
I wasn't looking for them before, but if you look for it, you'll see it. So if you're looking for the good stuff like you do, you'll see it.
You'll
If you're
see it.
looking for why everybody's against you or why the world is a horrible place, you can definitely find that too.
Yeah.
Uh, it's
Well,
going to be a great day.
it is. It's Friday, y'all. Technically a 3-day weekend. I know it doesn't feel like it because of everything, but it's Memorial Weekend.
Mhm.
So yeah, so find something you enjoy. The laundry can wait. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I'm like, we need to go on ahead and get that poll up so we can get some people lined up to come and talk to us next week about the laundry. Well,
Yes.
because y'all will watch this on Wednesday. Gosh, by the time people watch this, school, like all you city people, school really will be almost over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a
So
big week coming up.
it is a big week. It's
Right.
a good week.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Bittersweet. It's not the end of school we're used to. It's not what we were expecting or hoping for, but it.
Definitely not, but just making the most of it. Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So,
I
all
love you
right, my
big.
friend. I love you big.
I'll see
Yeah,
you.
this was fun. Yep. I'll see you soon.
All right. Love you.
Okay. Bye, you guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, y'all are awesome. Thanks for making
Yeah,
this
y'all are.
fun for us.
Yeah. Thanks for all the comments. It's awesome.
Oh.